Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS news for Friday, September 11. Government is to improve access to financing for all Jamaicans by introducing a national digital payment platform. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the administration will pursue the use of low-tiered Know Your Customer bank accounts to increase the number of Jamaicans who have access to functional bank accounts.
We will mandate by law that all lenders be required to include transparent, understandable, and comparable information in their product listings and documentation, such that customers can easily choose between financial providers.
Mr. Holness says the move will ensure that all Jamaicans have an opportunity to enter the formal economic space. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister has given a commitment that more public schools and public spaces will see improved broadband connectivity as his administration works to create a digital society. Mr. Holness says this will begin with the expansion of the Tablets in Schools initiative, followed by all town centers and community access points being serviced with free Wi-Fi or broadband access.
We are committed to closing the digital divide and to the creation of a digital society where technology is woven into the fabric of business and everyday activities so that it engages and empowers every Jamaican, especially in the context of the pandemic.
Mr. Holness was making his address as Prime Minister after being sworn into office on Monday. He said government intended to establish a national broadband network that can manage Jamaica's current and future ICT demand.
We will build a national broadband network infrastructure, which is uniformed, future-proof, resilient, and managed by an independent public-private authority and available to all telecom players in the market to utilize.
The Education Ministry is currently equipping its regional offices with printing machinery and supplies to ensure that students in rural communities have access to educational materials. Acting Chief Education Officer Dr. Kassan Troop says there are some schools without internet capabilities and would not be able to print the materials at the institutions. The initiative seeks to ensure students at these schools are not left behind when the new academic year begins.
To make sure that our principals, as they prepare the learning episodes on the ground, as they plan in their common planning sessions, as they write the lesson plans and develop the contents, they can reach out to the Ministry of Education. And we will print those for them and we will help to package them.
She was speaking during a virtual back-to-school sensitization session on Wednesday. Schools across Jamaica are scheduled to reopen on October 5. The Jamaica Office of the National Rapporteur on Trafficking in Persons has launched its online resource library. The virtual launch was held on Wednesday. The library will provide anti-trafficking stakeholders with relevant and practical knowledge about human trafficking, as well as allow access to relevant research and data derived from local and international sources. Survivors of human trafficking can also access service providers such as the Anti-Trafficking in Persons and Intellectual Property Vice Squad of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the Office of the Children's Advocate, the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, and the Passport Immigration and Citizenship Agency. The free open access library can be accessed at jamaicanationalrapporteur.wordpress.com. And finally, the Commerce Ministry is engaging international stakeholders to address banking difficulties impacting Jamaica's medical cannabis industry. Director of Research, Development and Communications at the Cannabis Licensing Authority, CLA, Felicia Bailey, made the disclosure at a recent JIS think tank. She said the initiative was seeking to address the reluctance of banks to fund the growth of medical cannabis out of fear of breaching federal laws in the United States of America.
Lobbying on in the international space has done and has been doing to see where this can be facilitated. Now, it would be difficult for us to go to the local banks because their hands at this time are practically tied. So it is more of the minister at his level speaking to the international players to see how best this can be fixed.
One method being employed to facilitate the import-export of cannabis amidst the banking issues that licensees face is the use of Regulation 321 of the interim regulations.
This now permits the CLA, with the prior approval of the minister, after consulting with the Minister of Finance, to grant waivers, deferments, or permit payment plans for persons or companies who have difficulty paying the license fees and security bonds charged by the CLA.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.